Greetings. This is Escape from Trucking. My name's Casey. I've been trucking since the latter half of 2018, which means I've been trucking for over 6 years now, I guess. And I wanted to share with you an experience that made me realize a lot of things just over the new year. I'll just tell you right off the bat. It made me realize that I need a daytime job and that this third shift trucking is something I need to transition out of. And if you'd like to continue listening to the story about that, I'd be honored. Just last night, I went out to do some shopping at a shopping mall, the biggest one in the town I live in. And while I was out at this mall, it was like a traditional mall with like 1980s vibes to it. Looked like it was built in the 80s, early 90s, and it was bustling. There were lots of people just casually shopping around me, and it was warm and it smelled like pretzels and a concession stand like so many malls out there do. It had been a very long time since I'd been to an actual shopping mall, and I've lived in this town for 3 years now. I'd never been to that shopping mall. And at some point as I was leaving, I think, I realized that, I haven't. The reason I hadn't been out shopping like this is because, of course, all I've ever been doing since moving to this city is working overnights and working weekends. And so I never see this city like this. I live in a town in East Texas of a little over 100,000 people. I've never seen this city like this. All I've ever seen, as I've driven through there many times when I was a fuel hauler, an overnight fuel hauler, but all I've ever seen of it is empty streets. And now, not only was I looking at it as it was bustling, I was actually part of it while it was bustling. I wasn't shut off in some day cab running fuel. I was actually part of it. And that hit me really hard. And it hit me even harder as I went outside and saw just how bright and bustling things were, and the parking lots were filled with people shopping and eating out with family and just living life. It was nice. And it made me realize that I've lived here for 2.5 years, bought a house here 3 years ago. I've lived here for 2.5 years, and I don't really know this town at all. As I mentioned, I've only seen it in one kind of way. And I felt human again, I guess. I felt normal. And that made me happy for a brief moment. But before long, it made me realize just how much I'd been missing out on in this line of work. I'd convinced myself that I'm doing better than I've been doing over the last few years, and I think I probably still am, because I've transitioned from over the road to home daily. And I think that's a mistake I know it's a mistake a lot of us over the road drivers do, because all my co-drivers were like this, and I was like this. We romanticize home daily local driving life. Well, maybe not local driving, but we romanticize being home every day. And I think it's the goal most of us aspire to, some kind of work-life balance. But I will tell you, and I will be very upfront and honest, since coming back home, I have not known any work-life balance at all, because I've been working nothing but third shift. And I think the mistake a lot of over-the-road drivers make is to think that, I hear them say all the time, well, I'll be home in my, once I switch to this job, once I switch to this job where the grass is so much greener, I'm going to be home every night. I'm going to be sleeping in my bed every night. Excuse me, every night? No. Most likely it's going to be every day, and I'm sure there's people sleeping in their bed every night. I'm sure there are. So please don't leave that in the comments. You know what I mean. I think I am doing better. I am home every day. I am around my parents every day, which is nice. I see my brother more often. I see my dogs every day. So it is. It is. I still think it's better than over the road, but really, this experience showed me the central problem why life right now, and that is that I'm still missing out. I don't actually know anybody in this town since I've moved here. I haven't made any friends, and I don't. Well, I'm not saying, I won't say that I don't have any social life, because I do other things that I won't talk about here on this trucking channel, but I don't actually know anybody here. I haven't really gotten to know anybody. And I don't know this town. I feel like I haven't gotten to know it at all. It's just a place where I live. Um, that town, the whole town, but that intersection in particular, I feel like I'd seen it for the first time in my life, even though I've been there dozens of times, if not hundreds of times. And it made me realize that maybe instead of trying to escape from trucking, and that's what this channel is, maybe instead of trying to escape from trucking, what I really need is a home daily 9 to 5 type of job. Because as it is right now, I feel like I'm 41 years old, and I feel like I've never even given myself a chance since getting in that truck. I've never even given myself a shot at it. Just to be transparent, I guess, this is the Escape from Trucking channel. This channel was set up to highlight the challenges of a transition of a truck driver trying to transition from trucking into another line of work, which is what I thought I wanted. My goal, I'll just tell you, my goal was to use the savings I had as a trucker to become a real estate investor, while also working on the side to become a real estate appraiser, and which would eventually become my new career. And I'm not saying that that's not what I want to do as of right now, but as of the goals for 2025, my goals are not to buy a second house, not to study my ass off to become an appraiser. Actually, this experience made me realize what my goal and my priority needs to be is to get a daytime job as a trucker, presumably, is to get a daytime job. That's what I need to do, and that's what I need to focus on. All that other stuff, I don't need a second house. I just bought I don't need like a third car. Another car is not what I need either. And by the way, I did just buy a Panther platform car. a Lincoln Town Car not too long ago, which is in the shop right now, and I'll make more videos about that later too, because I'm very interested in that. But that epiphany that I had made me realize that I need the priorities I have, or I thought I had, things I thought that were important to me are actually not. The important thing is to get back to this feeling that I have now after having been off for 3 days, and get back to a normal circadian rhythm and a normal life so that I can be a human being again. I'm not saying overnight third shift work isn't for anyone. I don't really think it's for me. I probably could have done it a lot better in my mid 20s than I do now. But I would have gotten so antsy because of lack of social life then. I probably wouldn't have done it then either, if I'm being honest. It's not just the feeling of being tired from having your circadian rhythm all fucked up. It's that I'm missing out. I'm still missing out almost as much as I had when I was over the road. And I don't even recognize the place I frickin' live in. And I realize that now, and I'm going to be honest with myself about it. So that's where I'm at. I'll keep making videos. Thank you for listening. If anyone even listens to the end of these videos, thank you for listening, and I'll be making more videos soon. Bye-bye.